funny, I was having this conversation with a group of people, and I was essentially an outlier in this thought process, which is sports marketing or marketing in general and the branding that you have for certain companies. And it angers me quite a lot because I believe that integrity is everything. That you should be a man of your word or a person of your word. And that if you say that something is great to the people that follow you or your friends, if you say that something is great, you better have tested that product. You better have run in those shoes. You better have run in those shoes for a substantial amount of kilometers. I do 400 kilometers in any shoe that a sponsor will send me in order to be able to talk about it, in order to be able to tell you the features and benefits, what this shoe is good for. It might be a great shoe for recovery or easy run. It might be a great shoe for an interval session or racing. It doesn't matter to me. I need to know about it. I need to have in-depth experience of using it before I can promote it, essentially. Same for apparel, same for sunglasses, same for anything that I will ever talk about. And that level of integrity, and I get that from definitely from my dad and definitely from his dad. It's like a principled nature. It doesn't actually serve you very well unless you're the best of the best in a sport. So oftentimes with previous sponsors, that will harm your career. So if you say, I'm not promoting a shoe because I've not had enough time with it, I've not had enough experience of wearing the shoe, and therefore I can't confidently speak about it. If you give me sort of 3-4 weeks to do, like I said, 400 kilometers in it, and to tell you, whether this is good, I might be able to tell you quicker than that. I might be able to tell you within a couple of runs that this is absolutely garbage. And I will give you that level of feedback because I believe that certainly athletes, when they're using shoes from their sponsor and they're promoting shoes, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, whatever it might be, they should only be promoting stuff that they really believe in. But that's not reality. And this is the conversation that I was having with this group of friends. I often see people promoting, athletes and influencers, promoting stuff that absolutely is rubbish. It's not fit for purpose. It's not something they really believe in. It's nowhere near the competitor model. It's nowhere near other models within the same range of the same brand. They've just been told to promote it, and therefore they do. I've seen this with Olympic athletes. I've seen this with world champions, that they just get to a point. Like I said, I've been given shoes, and literally on a shoot where you're kind of doing videos, you're doing photo shoots, etc. And you've been given a shoe, and I've looked at it and gone, I can already tell you before I start running in this is absolutely rubbish. It's a gimmick. And therefore, I don't want to be associated with this shoe. And that damages your career. And then a couple of weeks later, I see Olympic athletes promoting this shoe. Oh, this is the best recovery shoe you could possibly have. This is great for your easy runs when you kind of just want to, you feel like you 10 kilometers have passed and you don't know anything about it. It's total and utter bullshit. And I hate to see it because these are people that you really want to be the role models for children. For me, that's what sport is all about, getting children into sport so that they can learn the skills that you get from sport, the teamwork, the discipline, the work ethic, the tenacity, the persistence, the resilience, what it is to fail, why it's important to fail, the delayed gratification, all the stuff that I speak about that's the most important thing about sport. It's the most important that kids can look at a race or look at a sports game, look at the television and see people who they want to be like and their positive influence, a positive role model in their life when maybe they come from an area that's surrounded by very negative things. So important. And so I want those athletes to have integrity. And obviously, if you're at the top of your game, if you're Usain Bolt, if you're Eliud Kipchoge, you can be as brutally honest with the feedback as possible. Eliud's great at giving feedback to Nike about the certain shoes. He's absolutely brilliant. I don't know so much about Usain Bolt, but what I'm seeing is athletes who are more desperate. They will promote absolutely anything. And it just doesn't sit well with me. It's like 1 minute it's a face cream. Next minute it's some sort of recovery massage boots. The next minute it's a vacation to a holiday in wherever. And it's a great place to run when it's absolutely not. The next minute it's a type of clothing that's, it's great for running and it's also great casually wear. No, it's not. It's like do you know what that's doing for your character, for your integrity? Because people are not just going to remember you as the runner. And some people are on the other side of the fence. Some people are like, you know, your career as an athlete, your career as a sports person is very limited, and therefore you need to milk it for all it is. Is Red Bull a good drink for recovery? If you're promoting Red Bull and you say that Red Bull is a good drink for recovery, and you don't think your following is intelligent enough to say, no, it's not. That would be caffeine, and the amount of bullshit that goes into it is absolutely not the right thing. But yet you're willing to promote it as a recovery drink, as an energy drink, as a whatever. Is it great within a race? Not really. With that level of not really. Like, so, you know, obviously Red Bull comes with a certain amount of money and will sponsor certain characters or certain sports people within sports, and they'll go for the prominent athletes in each sport and then sponsor people. I think Red Bull have done brilliant things with extreme sports, skiing and jumping off cliffs and all that kind of thing. I think there should be an ultra running and running, and it's total nonsense. And I see it for what it is, and it's frustrating because kids are watching and kids are looking up, and then all of a sudden a kid will want a Red Bull, which is packed full of calories, instead of drinking something healthy. And so I don't have that inside me where I'm desperate enough to need to promote something that's absolutely nonsense. I don't think you need to do that. And so it's important for me, if you're an athlete and you're getting into the sport and you kind of, you know, things are being thrown at you, you open your DMs on Instagram in the morning and your DMs are full of offers. Can you do this? Can you do a post for this amount of money? It's difficult to turn those down when you've not got enough money to survive, and running doesn't come, as you're getting into running, it doesn't come with a great salary. It doesn't come with you have to really work for it, and you have to hustle. You have to get good. And if you're not at that level, but there's people throwing money at you to tell your following that this product is great, test the product first. Just make sure that it is what they say it is. Everything I promote, or everything I've worked with, I will tell you on this channel and my Instagram, it's always been good stuff. If something's rubbish, I might not say nothing at all about it. It won't appear on my Instagram, because I just want to have that level of integrity. Like Morton, brilliant drinks company. Like the clothing, the apparel company, Craft Shoes, they're obviously in development. They're working towards something, starting to put decent things together. But yeah, for me, it's important to keep your integrity. But